Hello, greetings, salutations, and welcome, fellow Earthlings, to another Tech Talk webinar from the NAMI San Diego Tech Cafe. My name is Sten Walker. I am the technology coordinator here at NAMI San Diego. This webinar is brought to you by the County of San Diego Health and Human Services Agency through the Mental Health Services Act. So, normally I do these webinars on the MacBook and make a lot of noise about it and point it out often. But today is different, and a couple of the remaining webinars will be different as well because the new update came out for Windows 10, and this will be relevant for pretty much all of our graduates eventually. The way the way the update works is a little strange. It sort of comes out in waves, as in only certain ones will get it. They'll all get them eventually, but it's only available to some at a time. It's pretty odd, but if you continue to use your Windows on Windows 10, it will eventually say, hey, set up your privacy settings so we can get rolling with the creators update. It is a pretty big one. It takes, like an hour. I don't know. It takes a while to download the entire update. So yeah, there are a lot of new features, some of which may need their own webinar in itself. But today I am going to be going through the Microsoft Edge tips because it went through. There are a bunch of new features added to it since the creators update. So, if you've taken the class before, we have used Microsoft Edge as the primary browser. Honestly, for the most part, I just considered most of the browsers to be pretty similar, but Microsoft is taking a lot of making a lot of extra effort to stand out and be more user-friendly, especially since it's trying to distance itself from Microsoft, the Internet Explorer, which has a pretty bad reputation. I'm not going to say it's exactly an undeserved reputation. So the new browser, as we all know, is called Microsoft Edge. They changed the name and everything, and they've sort of been kind of an underdog for a while. But one of the benefits that comes from being an underdog is that you put in a lot of extra effort to get to the top, and let's see what they've done so far. Yeah, so here's the excuse me. Get out of here. Okay, so yeah, it's the Microsoft Edge tips. You can look it up on some sort of search engine. You'll get it. Actually, if after you get the creators update, it'll open up to like this tips page. It has sort of like a checklist to show all the new stuff. There's like new features. I think this one's productivity, and this one's organization, and then security. We'll start with the new features. There's other stuff that came with the creators update, such as Paint 3D or Remix 3D or something like that. And if I can get that going, maybe we can have a little Bob Ross knockoff painting time, which I'll enjoy. I will definitely have fun with that. So let us check out. So yeah, I've done 53% so far. Checked out that much. So there's gonna be some surprises for myself. So here's a good one. I like this one a lot. This is the set aside tabs for later. Um, if you've ever studied or had a habit of just leaving tabs open, you probably relate to how obnoxious that can get sometimes when it's just absolutely swamped at the top here. Um, and setting them aside and making them come up for later is actually a pretty great idea. The buttons are this one here. It looks like a file going to the left, and the other one looks like files going across each other, spreading out. Most of the old computing names come from real world metaphors such as desktops and files. There's usually like a physical thing that it looks like. So if you press that button, all the tabs go away, and then you can have it pop back up over there. And I have like the live dashboard over there because I'm on YouTube Live right now. I can just hide that and it's gone. But it's still there if I want to open it up. It's like I didn't really close out of it or anything. So yeah, that's a good one if you're ever studying or have too many tabs open or job hunting. I don't know. I've been in that situation several times where I just have a bit too many tabs up there and can't really tell them apart from one another. Here's another one. Find the tabs you need. So this is if you have a bunch of tabs up and it's hard to differentiate the ones. They normally have a little bit of the title of like what the page is, and then they'll have a little insignia to signify what it is. So there's the E here to show it's like Edge. This is like a Microsoft page. And if I brought back up the... Oh, I guess I did X out of it. Oh, oops, turns out I did X out of that. Oh well. So YouTube will have like the little red play button insignia. And sometimes I find myself in a situation where I'll have a bunch of YouTube videos up and the text, which shows like what the title of the page would be, is just too smooshed to be legible, and I wouldn't be able to tell what's what. But with this button here, you can like show a little preview of what's going on with each one and be able to differentiate between them. And super useful when you have several tabs. Yeah, basically. So another one is reading ebooks in the browser, which is shop for your literary faves in the store and read them in Microsoft Edge. To see books you own, go to the Hub, which is this button here, which has all the favorites, reading lists, books, history, downloads. And then choose books, which looks like some books here. I'd be in a bookshop. Make sure you sign into the book section with the same account you use in the store. And then there's a little button here, get books from the store. Yeah, so this is another one. This requires a Microsoft account, and if you have taken the course, then you most certainly have one. Otherwise, they're very easy to get. Just go to signup.live.com, and you can either make a new email address or sign in with another email address and just make it a Microsoft account as well. Like the email address can be your username. So here's a good one where Microsoft is really puffing its chest out in the browser game here. So Battle of the Browsers going on. Here, so normally when someone asks me what my favorite browser is, like, I don't really have a preference, but I just sort of say Chrome because that's where most of my stuff is. That's where I have a bunch of things like saved on the drive or the cloud, and it's where most of my email is, and a lot of my passwords and bookmarks are there. But Microsoft Edge has a bit of a rebuttal to that, if that is the deciding factor for what your favorite browser may be. So you can just import all the bookmarks, save passwords, and browsing history and whatnot by selecting More, which is the this button here, which is all this stuff, and then you go down to Settings and then Import from another browser, and then choose from the browser. That's just like 3, 4, 5 clicks maybe. Also, they have this Import Now thing, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, that is really stepping up their game. They're just Microsoft Edge just saying, come on down, the browsing's fine. So get a focused inbox with Outlook.com. Microsoft Edge recommends Outlook.com for effortless email, calendar, and collaboration. So that may have something to do with it probably is optimized for Edge and Outlook, but they both are made by Microsoft, so that, of course, they're going to say it's the best. Outlook.com prioritizes your most important email into a focused inbox and saves everything else so you can see it when you're ready. So I guess it sort of prioritizes a bit with the more important emails, and it just helps keep things from getting muddled down. Okay, rewards. So this is a classic from the search engine competition. So you may have heard of this search engine called Google. Google has Google Chrome, of course, and they've made it so the address bar is also a search bar, and using it as a search bar, it'll automatically use Google. They're both made by Google, both owned by Google. Makes perfect sense. Microsoft has not made its own search engine per se. However, they have made some deal with Bing. So essentially, Bing is the Microsoft search engine, and Bing doesn't have the grandiose panache and as much money as Google, but they compensate with trying to put effort into user-friendly customer experience kind of stuff, such as having these really pretty pictures on the Bing.com homepage every single day, and the rewards points. So the rewards, if you search with Bing enough, it will eventually accumulate these little medals, and you'll get stuff. But now with the creators update on Edge, it's you earn rewards just for browsing. So you join Microsoft Rewards to start earning free rewards like movies, music, games, and apps just for browsing Microsoft Edge. So they're not like mailing you stuff like shirts and goodie bags. It's all digital stuff, but it's pretty nice. It'll you just browse enough and it'll be like, hey, go get yourself a movie on the Windows Store. So that's essentially it. The Microsoft Store will give you something if you get enough credit from browsing on Edge. So yeah, that's just adding some extra appeal, saying just hey, come on down, you get goodies. Why not? What do you have to lose? So this one is cool. This one I am excited about. This is a Translate Websites Instantly add-on. So it's a free add-on you can get. You'll get this little symbol. It'll go right about there. So I had another webinar about Google Translate, and I kept trying to make a point about how this isn't your only option. There are other ways to do it. I'm not saying that Google Translate is the best. This is just what I'm showing you for now. And here you go. This has proven my point. You can add the translator extension to translate web pages into 50 plus languages. The translator button, which has like a Roman character and some sort of Asian character, appears in your address bar only when it finds something to translate. Click it for an instant translation. So that's cool. You can just instantly translate it with the click of one button instead of going through the extra steps with other means. That is definitely a plus. So customize with extensions. Personalize Microsoft Edge with popular extensions like Pinterest Pin It button, Amazon Assist, AdBlock Plus, LastPass, and more. Download extensions easily from the Windows Store. That is interesting that Windows would be, or Microsoft would be endorsing the fact that you can get AdBlock. If you don't know what AdBlock is, that is a add-on which sort of makes ads disappear. It can, I mean, it's been changing the internet in a lot of ways. It's been making ads more and more sneaky and less detectable and less invasive. Yeah, that's interesting. But anyways, you can get all those add-ons and put it up there in the upper bar and download extensions easily with the Windows Store. Cool. And then there's the set aside tabs for later, which we've already gone over. Cool. So those are all the new features for that. And now here's some tips. So yeah, for staying productive. New one, read ebook in the browser. I think we talked about that. I guess there's some overlap with the new features and the reading the ebook in the browser. Make sure you sign in with books. Blah, 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 blah. Get notifications from websites. So that is a feature which you've probably seen this before, where the little notification will come from this corner here on your desktop, no matter what you're doing. So yeah, when you log into websites like Skype, Facebook, Messenger, or WhatsApp, you look for an option to turn on desktop notifications for the site and then leave it open in a tab to receive notifications. So yeah, if you don't want the notifications, you don't have to get them. But if you want to stay super up to date with whatever's going on with your WhatsApp, Messenger, Skype, or Facebook, if you want to let people contact you whenever, however, with any of those different things, you got the option cast your content. Simply cast your social media to devices that support DLNA or Miracast. Select more, then cast media to the device. That's cool, I suppose. browse longer without charge. Okay, this is interesting. I don't know if it's for realsies. It may be. I don't know. But I guess on Windows, supposedly, uh, excuse me, Microsoft Edge is more optimized to allow for browsing time. As in, if your computer isn't plugged in, it will last much longer. I mean, that it is true that depending on what's going on your computer, your battery life will be shorter or longer. Like streaming, like high def, like Netflix or Hulu or something like that, that will just, whew, that makes it, yeah, that it drains it really really fast, unfortunately. But according to Microsoft, Edge lasts the longest. As the browser built for Windows 10, Microsoft Edge is optimized to perform great on your PC. With better power efficiency than other popular browsers, you can get up to 53% more battery life when you browse the web in Microsoft Edge. Cool. So, okay, Cortana's kind of old, but we'll talk about it a little bit. I don't have Cortana on this computer right now. Maybe we can talk about it later, I'm not sure. So, yeah, Cortana is like the Siri of Microsoft. If you ever played the popular game Halo, it's the little AI which helps you out. And so they're like, oh, of course, let's name ours Cortana. So Cortana offers business hours, restaurant menus, and song lyrics when you browse related websites. So you click on it, Cortana's like, hey, what's up? Here's the business hours, restaurant menus, and song lyrics. And you can ask Cortana anything, just like Siri. Simply highlight, right click, and ask Cortana to get in-depth information. like about toucans. About nearly any subject or image without leaving your current webpage. I mean, that's nice. The not leaving current webpage is a plus. I don't like having to have like browser or tab after tab. Save money with Cortana. That's what this is. Save money with Cortana. Cortana surfaces the latest deals and coupons right to you when you browse popular retail sites. Voila, deals. Oh yeah, so this is good. Get instant answers as you search. Get autocomplete suggestions for the site that you visit most, and quick answers to today's weather, sports scores, calculations, and more right in the address bar. So you can just go to the address bar and just be like, scores for blah 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 game. I don't know, Padres or whatever, and it'll just sort of autocomplete and just be like, this is probably what you're talking about. Check it out. So, read without distraction. Select reading view for a cleaner, simpler view that makes reading easier. To customize the font size and colors, select more, which is the three dots, and then go down to settings. So yeah, that's another cool one. If you want to just sort of make it to be more in the zone with whatever you may be engaged with, you can have this reading view thing. Make your mark on the web. This one's funny. Draw or highlight stuff on any page and then share your web note. Then save or share your web note. So you can have that can be helpful for studying with or like grading a web page or something like that. This button right here. So another thing to clear up. If you've gotten a device if you've gotten one of the laptops from the basic course, it is not a touch screen, and getting the Windows update does not change it to a touch screen. Touch screens are made out of a certain kind of glass, which can close a circuit when you put a finger or certain kinds of polymers on it, like like a stylus or something like that. That's not the case here. You're gonna have to use the mouse to make web notes. Sorry, not so bad, but hey, still use it. Or you can type your notes. Add notes to any web page, type them in, and send them off with the web notes. So yeah, this comes back to OneNote as well. It's a very similar sort of thing. Save creative ideas from around the web with Pinterest. Oh, I don't know much about Pinterest, but oh yeah. It's like the scrapbook thing. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Easy button to the snipper tool. You can just grab something and go. Quickly capture all or part of a website, then save or share in seconds with the web note. Oh, more Pinterest stuff. They're really pushing this. Save creative ideas from around the web with Pinterest. Add the Pinterest Pin It button to collect interesting things that you want to save for later. Recipes from your favorite food blogs, articles you want to read later, and ideas for your home, and more. So that's just an easy access add-on sort of thing. Instant access to all your Office files. Ooh, that's tight. Instant access. So Office, that's where you make all your files, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote. Add the Office Online extension to view, edit, and create Office files in Microsoft Edge. Open files from your OneDrive and OneDrive for Business library from any web page. And get the features of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, and Sway right in your browser without needing Office installed. No way! That's interesting. Cool. You can just get it now. Nice. I can probably just be saved on the cloud. I can dig it. Okay, this is the focus inbox. We know about that. Use mouse gestures to close tabs. Huh. Right click and do that. Scroll, close tabs, go back, refresh, and more by right clicking and moving the mouse. Huh. I'm not going to do that right now, but that seems kind of cool. I don't have a mouse right now. I mean, I could do that, but meh. Earn rewards just for browsing. We know about that. Translate, we know about that. Customize extension, we know about that. ebooks. Oh, okay. That's all the productivity ones. So, I think that's all. Oh yeah, kind of strapped for time, but the next ones are for staying organized and for staying safe. Both things are very important features, of course. Probably get to that and soon, because we just sort of ran out of time for this one. But yeah, so yeah, Edge is really Microsoft's really stepping up its game in the browser department for sure. I'm really happy to see that it's putting a lot of extra effort into making it everything all friendly and fun, like the little cute little robot face and all the easy buttons, easy gestures, easy access. Not a big fan of tedium, which is what Explorer tedium and crashes, which is what Explorer was famous for. Yeah, it looks like Microsoft's learning from its mistakes, and if you were unsure about Edge, it seems perfectly fine to be able to use and keep your stuff there and whatnot. So yeah, Creators Update, doing some good for browsing as well as the operating system itself. Adding in the 3D art thing, That's fun. So yeah, hope you've all learned a little something and won't be intimidated by getting the creators update. It seems fine. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more. Hope you all enjoyed watching. See you around.